Hello and welcome to the show. Well, it's only taken 4 years plus to get to this stage where we have our first battle in the campaign in the Old North. It's the Saxons against the Scotti at the Battle of Meadford. And here's the ground the two sides will be fighting over, dominated by the river running through the centre of the table. In between the two clumps of trees in the centre will be fordable, but it will still remain a minor obstacle. Elsewhere, the river will be a medium obstacle. There's a little bit of high ground to the right of the table and top left. Patches of bog are medium obstacles, patches of rough ground are minor obstacles. Okay, here's the Scotti warband. Lord Ronal MacDonald, the Cruel, front and centre with his champion Hamish. On the left, the noble Big Mac Dougal, and on the right, an additional noble for this battle, Neeps MacFlurry. Behind them we got 5 groups of raiders, one of which is 8 strong, 2 groups of foot skirmishers with Haggis McMuffin, 1 group of skirmish cavalry, 1 group of noble raider cavalry, and 1 group of slingers, which are the missiles. And Lord Ronal has been busy splashing the cash to hire some mercenaries. He has 2 groups of picked raiders and 1 group of 6 raider cavalry. Raider mercenaries can be a bit fickle though, so at the start of the battle I've got to roll 1 dice 6 and any roll of 1 or 2 and they will leave the battlefield. One final addition for the Scotti will be a bard, and that will allow a +1 on the dice roll for when Ronald does his speech. And the Saxons, led by Lord Edwin the Avenger, front and centre with his champion Wulfhere. On the left, the nobles Elfmead and Elflager, and for this battle only, Elfstout on the right, an additional noble. Behind them we have 2 groups of Hearthguard, 4 groups of warriors, 2 of which are 8 strong, and 1 group of missiles, the archers. Lord Edwin has also been seeking additional help, and he has 2 groups of warrior mercenaries, along with an additional group of missiles. These Saxon mercenaries are a little bit more steadfast and will remain for the battle regardless. Okay, here we have the Saxon position. Archers on the right, or missiles, 2 groups of warriors with Elflager, Hearthguard with Lord Edwin, 2 groups of warriors with Elfmead, and the mercenaries on the left with Elfstout and another group of archers, missiles, looking across to the Scotti over the other side of the river. The Scotti disposition, they've only just come onto the table, they've got 6-inch deployment here. On the left they have the missiles with their slingers, foot skirmishers with the noble there, raider cavalry, the mercenary group with Haggis McMuffin. Coming into the centre we have Lord Ronal with 3 groups of raiders, noble raider cavalry, 2 groups of raiders with Big Mac Dougal, and on the right also some skirmishers. So here we go, the final confrontation. Well, not quite final. Okay, so we're off and running with the combat of the champions. Now, I've previously used an average dice to kind of replicate what I might think the attack dice would be, and I will put judicious adjustments to that. So we've got the Saxon Wulfhere and the Scotti Hamish. We just need to see who's going to go first, and the advantage is with the Scotti. So he will have 4 attack dice, which means he gets 2 defense, and Wulfhere will have 3, so he's been a little bit more cautious, and 3 defense dice. Okay, so we're looking at 5s and 6s. That is 2 hits for Hamish, so the defense dice for Wulfhere is 3, and again he's looking for 5 and 6s to block, and he doesn't, so he gets 2 hits, which is not good early on. Okay, so Wulfhere's attack is 1 hit, and Hamish has 2 defense dice, and he blocks. So after the end of the first round, it's 2 wounds to Wulfhere, and Hamish is okay. So that means Wulfhere lose 1 dice. So he's down to 5. So Again, Hamish has 5 attack dice. He's going for the kill. He's got 6 dice total, whereas Wolf here only has 5 now, so he can't have that. So he'll have 4 attack dice. He's gone all out, which means he has 1 defensive dice. Okay, so we'll do Hamish first. Again, 5s and 6s, only 1 hit. And Wolf here has 1 defensive dice. And he gets a defense, so that's it, no wound. Oh, well done. And then Wolf here's attack is 4. No hits, so we don't have to roll for Hamish. Okay, so that's a null round. 2, can't have 2, have 3. More judicious decision. And 3 for Wolf here with 2 defense. Okay, attacking with Hamish, he gets 1 hit. 2 defense from Wolf here. He's got another wound. 3 wounds. Okay, his attack is 3 hits. Fantastic. And Hamish has 2 defense, which is not good. So he gets 3 hits as well. Oh, and that's 3 each. Okay, so they're both down to 3 dice. I think I buggered up there. I think I gave Wolf here 2 million in the last round, but there we go. So they're both looking a bit dodgy now. Hamish will go first, and he can't have 4. He has 2. And Wolf here. Oh, wrong. Average dice. 3 again. He'll have 2. So they're both attacking with 2 and defending with 1. Right, Hamish. That's a good hit. 2 hits. So it's at least 1 wound because it's only 1 defense. But he has defended 1. That's good. So Wolf is on 4 wounds. Okay. Attack on Hamish. Nothing. So no defense. So I think at the end of that, bear in mind he's on 4 and he's on 3. Does he push it? I don't want to lose the champion. So I think what's going to happen here is the Saxons are going to withdraw and say, okay, fella, you got the best of me there, but you wait until we get our act together and get the shield walls clashing. And there we go. Right, so that is round 1 effectively to the Scotty. Okay, so after the combat of the champions, the Scotty are on 11 force morale and the Saxons remain on 9. So we're into Bebamus, so we're having a bit of booze up beforehand, get the gang ready. We're going to dice off here. Saxons on black and Scotty on red. They're both 3. They both add 1 to force morale. So Saxons on 10 and Scotty on 12. Now we're going to have a chat with the gods. There are no priests here today, so again we'll roll. See, oh, high. So Scotty first. That's 5. God is with us. 2 points to force morale. Wow. Scotty are up to 14 and 6. Hallelujah. 2 points to force morale, and they increase the fate card hand by 1 size by 1. So they're up to 12 and they have 6 on the fate card hand. Okay, finally speech. Now the Scotty, because they've got a bar, they add 1 to this, which is just as well. 3 comes to no effect, so just as well, otherwise it would have been down to 1. And 6, men willingly believe that which they wish. Increase the king or warlord's status by 1 for this battle, and increase the player's fate deck card hand size by 1. Okay, so the Saxons are up to 7, and Lord Edwin is level 4 for the game. Right, so here's confirmation of the cards and the force morale. Firstly, force morale, Saxons are on 12 and Scotty are on 14. For the cards perspective, the Saxons have aggressive charge. They've got 3 goads, fleet of foot, step forth, and spear hedge. So not much useful in that, but a strong hand of 7, which would be very handy. And the Scotty aggressive charge, darting blow, desperare, carpe diem, and shield wall braced. Okay, preliminaries are done. Let's get on with the slaughter. Okay, so before we begin, I've just got to test to see whether the mercenary groups, of which we've got the Raider Cavalry and 2 Pictish warrior groups, stay or decide they don't want to hang around. So that's the cavalry, they're gone. Picts here, they're okay, and Picts here, they're okay. So that's a real shame, because that was 6 Raider Cavalry, and they've decided to bugger off. Oh dear. Okay, we are off and running, and first card up are Saxon missiles. So they've got 2 groups of these, 1 on each flank, and they're going to get forward as quick as they can to start causing some damage. We'll speed through the rest. Okay, so Saxon leader 1, which is Elf Lager, is up now. And I think what he's going to do, he's going to get on up to the river and stay there. Just. Which means there's probably going to be a ripple effect down the line to get all these guys onto the river. Right, Saxon missiles. They're within range of the Scottish skirmishes here. It's 4, 5, 6 to hit, 1 hit, and it's 3, 4 shot, 5, 6 kill, no effect. And the other group of missiles are going to play fleet of foot, so they get a full move and can still fire. So they'll lose 1 for each dice, so they'll go 11. I should have said actually that right, yeah, they're not going to go 11. They're going to go to the edge of that boggy ground, just behind the trees. 4, 5, 6 to hit, 1 hit, and it's 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. They're firing at the right hand as they look group, 1 shock. Okay, the Scotty Lord is up. Ooh, now he will just move up to the edge of the river, which gives 13. Okay, Elf Stout, he's going to push them over there and not move this group up, because Elf Mead needs room to shuffle sideways to let Lord Edwin move in. Right, over on the far side, Big Mac Dougal, he'll be -1 because of the shock, but I think he's going to try and get rid of those missiles. He goes 8 less 1 is 7. In fact, he'll take that point of shock off. So he will go 8, but it's not quite enough. Okay, now unfortunately for the Saxon Lord, he's up now, and he hasn't got enough room to get in here. So I'm going to play step forth and get Elf Mead to move first. There's a bit of a luxury, but I think it's worth it. So Elf Mead's lot will shuffle sideways. Look at that move. And leave a gap for Lord Edwin to get in. And I guess it's Lord Edwin's go now. So there we go. He's going to move up here, and he's going to move up to the edge for 1 and join up for 2. I think you can do that. So this is 1 large formation now, which is going to be quite formidable to the Scotty attackers. Scotty cavalry, the skirmish cavalry will come around here and try and get within 6 inches there. They easily do. 6 inches is their missile range. They're going to come around here, and start to harass those warriors. 4, 5, 6 to hit, that's 3 hits. And it's 4, 5, 6 shock. 3 ones. No effect. And the Noble Raider Cavalry, I tell you what, they're going to just do a long sweep around, I think, and just get behind. See what they can do. They go 8 plus 4 is 14. And followed by the skirmishers. They're really not in it at the moment. Now these skirmishers are going to come over here and do the same as the skirmish cavalry. So they get 8. And they're ready to harass next go. Scotty missiles will just push up into the rough ground there, the bog. They'll probably just go on the edge. So with 2 dice, and then fire with 4 dice at the Saxon missiles. That is 2 hits. And it's 5 shock, 6 kill. That is 1 kill. First blood to the Scotty. Okay, Scotty leader 2, Neeps McFlurry. I think he's just going to push up behind these skirmishers here. I'm not really going to bother rolling that because they're only moving effectively 3 inches. Okay, that's the end of the turn. Right, first card up is Scotty skirmishers, and they will fire at this group of warriors. 1 hit. No effect. And the other group skirmishers, they will push up 5. And they're within range of that group of warriors. They will fire at 2 hits. And 2 points of shock. Right, Saxon leader 1, Elf Lager. I think he'll just stay there. Elf Stout, Saxon leader 3. Again, I think he is okay there for the moment. Elf Mead will take off those 2 points of shock. Neeps can't really do a lot at the moment, so he's just going to stay there. Scotty Cavalry, okay, these guys will fire at, I'll fire at these. 4, 5, 6 to hit, 2 hits, and 4, 5, 6 to shock, no effect. Not working out particularly well. Saxon Lord, big decision time. Right, after a lot of thought, and I did say the Saxons are going to be defensive, but I think the way the forces are disposed at the moment, he's got 4 groups, including 2 Hearthguard. The Scotty only have 3 here, and I think it's worth going for it. So he's going to cross that -1 for each dice, which is not a problem, so he's in. He is playing aggressive charge as well. Unfortunately, he hasn't got much else, but he does have some good defensive things, such as Armour Bright. So he's relatively safe himself. Anyway, the Saxons are in. And I think by the looks of it, on the right side of the Scotty, I didn't realise they were going to hit, but the skirmishers will evade. 2 dice 6, they go back 4. They'll take a point of shock. That's one thing I do keep forgetting. But they will fire on those warriors as they come in. So it's 4, 5, 6 to hit, just the 1 hit. Do they give any shock to them at all? Yes, 1 point of shock. Well, it all adds up. Okay, now we need to sort out some dice. So it's going to be 12, 14 for the nobles. Another 6 there is 20, 28. I think the Lord and everybody will get involved. He's on 4, so it's 32, 36, 38 for the Saxons. And the Scotty will have 8, 20, 25, 27. Alright, yeah, a bucket of dice for the Saxons. And they're hitting on 3s. That looks pretty good to me. It's pretty fantastic. Right, so I think that's 9, 10 and 9. Coming back. Dear. Extra 1 on the Lord's group there. Okay, starting on the left then. 3, 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. All those 2 cocky, so that's all shock. So it's 6 points of shock. Lord Ronal's group. 5 shock, 1 kill. Is the kill on Lord Ronal? It's not. There's a lot of shock going around, but not many kills. That is 7 points of shock and 1 kill. So 2 kill total. And 7 shock, so they're on excess shock. So, yeah, okay. Right, Hearthguard here. 2 shock. Lord Edwin's group. 2 kill, 1 shock. Is one of the kills on Lord Edwin? It's not. Hearthguard taking a hit again. Next group, these are warriors. That's 1 kill, 1 shock. And then last group of warriors is 2 kill. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's 5 versus 2. So it's net 3 to the Scotty. Can you believe it? And net 3 is withdraw a minimum of 6 inches. There's no excess shock for the Saxons, so they go back 6. Okay, if they've got excess shock, you add another 2. Well, none of those have got excess shock. They didn't get much. So over to the Scotty. They don't have excess shock. They don't. These do. They have 5 with 7. So they go back 2. And I'm thinking these guys actually move forward 2. They follow up. So an interesting first combat there. Not quite sure whether Scotty won that or not, but there we go. Okay, Big MacDougall. I think he'll charge forward with one of his groups, or tell one group to charge forward and disperse them, which they do. So the missiles have gone. And the other group, I think, will come over here and join up with this group. Oh, they can't join up, but they'll be next to them. Right, Scotty missiles, they will again fire at the Saxon missiles over there. It's 4, 5, 6 to hit. That is 3 hits. And it's 5 shock, 6 kill, another kill. Well, Saxon missiles will fire back. There's only 2 of them now. They get 2 dice. That's 1 hit and 1 shock. Right, now it's the Scotty Lord. I think he can realistically just remove shock. He's got to be careful here. Yeah, he's got to take some shock off. Take 1 off them, or 2 off them. They'll be down to 4, and 1 off this lot. They'll both be down to 4. Can't really do much else. That's the end of the turn. Alright, so there we go, early days yet. Looks like the Scotty are winning the missile confrontation on the Scotty left flank. Not much happening further in here, but certainly in the middle we've had a first big clash. Whilst the Saxons were pushed back and they lost a few men killed, the Scotty were shocked very heavily, and indeed one of the groups had to fall back as well from them because of excess shock. And a little bit of confusion on the right hand side. The Saxon missiles have been dispersed, but nothing else much happening with the Scotty trying to push the Noble Raider cavalry behind. So Scotty need to be careful of that centre, I would suggest. Okay, Saxon missiles are up. They are going to fire 1 hit, and I think that's a point of no, that's nothing, no effect. Scotty cavalry. They'll just fire at this group. Oh, 4 hits. 4, 5, 6 is shock. 1 shock. Scotty Lord is up. Right, now this is interesting. I think he'll take off a point of shock here. A point of shock here. Now, I think he's going to go for it. He's got, there's a lot of cards, but they're all suited, so we're getting extra 4 dice. Bounding move, just to make sure he gets over the river and in, because he's got a fair bit of shock, and he'll get -1 per dice anyway. Darting blow, aggressive charge, and copied him, allowing him to play those. So first of all, yes, he's in. Right, I'm not allowing this group of warriors to fight. They're too far away, but certainly all the other 3 groups can fight. So the Saxons will get 5, 9, 10, 11 for being elite, plus another 5 here is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25 for the Saxons. And the Scotty will be on 7, plus 4 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Plus 4 for the suited cards will be 20. They will be hitting on a 3, but the Saxons are playing shield wall braced, and therefore the Scotty will be back to hitting on a 4. Okay, Saxons first. Looks pretty good. Roll that one again. Dear. And of course it's on 2 groups. So it's 7 on there. 7, 8 will go to the Lord, yeah. Scottish dice. Shame they didn't have the aggressive charge there, but that's the way it goes. Right, 3, 3, and 3. Four shocks, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 kill, so it's 7 with 7. Four shock, 2 kill. One, 2, 3. 4 is one of the kills on Lord Ronal. It's not. Okay, so they're going to be excess, they're going to be routing. It's on the Saxons. Oh, 2 kill, 1 shock. Lord Edwin's group. 2 shock. And 1 kill, 1 shock. Is that kill on Elfmead? It's not. Okay. So that's net 0. And it's going to be withdraw if excess shock anybody there. 4 with 3, 4 with 3, 4 with 2, 8 with 7, and 3 with 7. Right, so first of all, of course, that group is with Lord Ronal. They will go back 4. They'll go back 4 and rout another 6. So he routed, and this lot, it was a darting blow, so they're coming back 2 dice, 6 facing, they come back 6 anyway. Now, it was a net 0, so Saxons didn't win, so I'm assuming they just stay there. So bad things happen for a raider group breaking, which is a 5. That's 2 points, and the Scotty are down to 12 for morale. Okay, Saxon leader 1. I think he goes for this group here. He's one there. What's he got? He'll take that point of shock off. He'll pay aggressive charge. As he goes through, he will clip the skirmish cavalry, and they will obviously evade. So let's see if he makes it first. It's -1 off each dice. So that's 1, so he goes 8. That should be enough. It is. Let's get them going. Evade 2 dice plus 4, so that's 8, 12. So harassing fire as they came in there is 3 hits and 2 shock, which I don't think would have been enough to stop them making contact. Okay, so we have 7, 14, 15, 16, and the Scotty just have 4. Okay, so Scotty are playing shield wall braced, so that will negate the aggressive charge. So Saxon's hitting on 4, 5, 6. That's still a great hit. And Scotty, that's just 2 hits, 1 on each. Damage on the Scotty is, oh look at that, another 6 shock. So that is up to 12. 13. Not quite broken because there's 7 of them, need to be on 14. Okay, this group of warriors is 1 shock, and the other group of warriors, no effect. Oh, crunching. Right, so the Scotty are going to retire. What did I say? They got 7 with 13, so they go back 6. I think they give excess shock to the guys. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're routing already anyway. So even more excess shock. These guys will follow up 2. Right, Saxon Lord. Looks like it's one-way traffic at the moment.
But he's got to take shock off. He's got 4, so he can take 3 off there and 1 off there. Right, I forgot about this card for the Scotty. It's a bit of a shame, so I'm going to rally them off now. Only 1 dice 6, so let's see what we can get off this group. 5, well, that's pretty good. Still excess. Saxon leader 3, I think, is going to come over here and just stop the other side of the river. -1 per dice, so he'll go 5. And he'll tell his other group to come up behind him, which they do. Saxon leader 2 will take off 2 points of shock. Scotty leader 1. He'll tell that lot to join up. Well, they'll join up there, and he'll take a point of shock off there. Quite sure that is on 5, so 6, 5 with, yeah, okay. Right, Scotty skirmishes, they are going to get out the way, come around here, fire with 5 dice at these guys. I think I forgot that earlier. The noble there can get involved. So they fire and they hit 3 times. No effect. The other skirmishers here, just be firing at these guys, 2 hits. No effect. Looks like the Scotty are losing the will at the moment. Scotty missiles, I'll tell you what they're going to do. Manoeuvre around here. Fire at them. You can probably just about do through the gap. Let's go. 1 hit. No effect. And finally, Scotty leader 2, I think he's really going to try and save Lord Edwin here by attacking this guy here. He's got aggressive charge, which, I mean, they're using cards up like goodness knows what are the Scotty. They've got to do that. Right, see what we get. Yep, they're in. See if the picks can save the Scotty bacon. Right. So the Saxons will have 7 plus 6 is 13, 14, 15. And the Scotty will have, or the Picts rather, will have 12, 14. It's quite an even fight, this one then. Okay, Saxons first. Saxons have been doing pretty well on the dice rolls today. And that's another good hit. 4 in each group. Right, Picts slash Scotty. Hitting on 3s because it's aggressive charge, and that is a nice reply from them. It's 5 on each. Okay, on the Picts there is 1 kill and 2 shock. Is the kill on the noble? It's not. On the other group, 3 shock. Okay, on Elf Lager's group, crunching 3 kill and 1 shock. Do that shock first. 3 kill. So is one of those kills on Elf Lager? It's not. He's lost 3 warriors there in one fell swoop. And Baldy can go. And the other group. Ooh, that's a bit better. 1 shock. Right, so it's net 2 to the Picts. And that's 4 back, 1 inch per shock on groups. So these guys go back 1. Now that's going to be bad news for the Saxons. They go back 4. There's no excess shock for the picks, so they follow up 2, which means that the second round of combat is all against that group. Right, so let's work out the dice. Saxons get a straight 6, and the picks will have 4, 9, 10, 11. All right, Saxons first. Look at that. They've lost it. They've lost the plot. Lost the will to fight. Not fantastic, but it is all against that one group. 6 hits. What's happening? 3 kill, 2 shock. So I'm up to 3 shock and 3 kill. 1, 2, 3. Which is go back minimum 6. If excess shock, add 2. Well, no, they haven't got excess shock because it's 3 with 3. So the picks follow up 2. Have they saved Ronal's bacon? Alright, it's complete carnage in the centre. Lord Ronal is with a group here that's routing. He needs to get away from them soon as. There's a group behind which are heavily shocked but still there. The picks have rushed in on the left flank and really done some damage on the Saxon warriors here. Meanwhile, across the river in his defensive position, Lord Edwin is a bit of fannying about. Needs to get in it. And other groups of Scotty here. Again, this one's quite heavily shocked. But these 2 Saxon groups are not. People are milling around on the right-hand flank here, not really doing much good, so they need to get into the game. Right, so I think it's still all to play for. Okay, a couple of things I forgot to do was move this group of uncommanded raiders. I think actually they ought to be coming back this way now. So they'll lose 2 pips per dice there and go 6 only. And the raider group with Lord Ronal needs to rout further. They'll go another 10. Alright, first card up is Scotty missiles. They're off to a flank here. They've got no clear view of the Saxons there, so I guess they are just going to switch around there and try and finish off the Saxon missiles. 2 hits. Another kill. Just one chap on his own now. Okay, this is handy for the Scotty. Saxon Lord is up, Lord Ronal. Now, I think he'd probably go over to the raider group here. Because they're... Oh, yeah, you got... yeah, why not? Goes 10. Which gets him nicely over there. So that's 1. And I can guess he can take off a couple of points of shock here. So I'll take them down to 5, so they're no longer excess. Alright, Scotty skirmishers, well, they'll probably just pull away a little bit. No biggie. But again, take on these 5 dice. And that's 4 hits. And shocking on 4, 5, 6. That looks like another 3 shock. So 1, 2, 3, 7 with 5. So they'll go back 2. Very handy. The other group of skirmishers here will fire at that front group of warriors and no effect. Well, it's one-way traffic at the moment for the Scotty because leader 2 is up, which is Neeps McFlurry. Let's just check the cards. He hasn't got anything useful. They are heavily shocked. These are not a group, but if he goes in, they can both fight. Well, yeah, I think, yeah, why not? Right, so they'll lose 3 because of shock. He'll take 1 point of shock off, actually. It doesn't really matter. I think he'll take 1 point off there, so he doesn't lose a dice. And away they go. They'll lose 3. So that's 9. They go 6 inches, which is more than enough. So they're in. And everybody's involved there. And we'll work out some dice. Okay, for the Saxons we have 5 less 3 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Scotty will have 5, 10, 11, 12. Right, Saxons first. That is 3 hits. So I'll have 2 on that and 1 on that. Scotty, go for an aggressive charge, but that's still very good. 4 on each. Right, left-hand Scotty, left-hand picked group is 1 shock. Takes them up to 2. Right-hand picked group is 1 shock. Dear. Right, Saxon group. Oh, look at that. 3 kill, 1 shock. This is just unbelievable. 3 kill, right. Is one of the kills on Elf Lager? It is. He's wounded, but they do have an armor bright. So I think he's going to play that. So that saved 1 kill, but it's still 2. 1, 2. And on the other group, well, fortunately for the Saxons, it's just 1 shock. So it's net 2. Fall back 1 inch per shock on groups. Well, no, well, okay, fine. These go back 4. These are broken. There's 3 with 8. It's all going wrong for Edwin. So first of all, they go back excess shock, which is 5. They can't, so they've got to go behind them, push through. Away they do, and they give them excess shock, so they give them 6. But I think they can reduce that by the fact that they're elites. Right, the rules say that for every difference in grade, then you ignore 1. So instead of 6 going on, it'll be 5. So I'll pop a 6 in there and take that down to 1. So they're on 7. 7 is 3 above there, so they're excess shock. I guess they go back 3. I'm not going to bounce the excess shock onto this group. I had this before, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do there. That's not good. And then the picks will follow up too. Right, Scotty Cavalry. I'm not quite sure whether I used these guys before, or I forgot about them. I think I might have done. They're not much good over there, and they're no good against troops that have no shock. So I'm trying to bring them back over this side, I think. They go 16. And skirmish cavalry, I think we'll snuggle through to here and have a go at them. So it's 2 dice plus 4, which is 8, 12. So that's enough to get within range. So skirmish cavalry are going to fire at that group of warriors. 3 hits, and again it's 4, 5, 6 shock, 1 point of shock. So they're on 5 excess shock. They go back 2. They can't because they're in the way, so they go back behind them. They give an additional 2 points of shock, which will only be 1, I think, to, well, that group really, because that's the majority there. So another point of shock there. Right, Saxon leader 1. He's got to take that 2 points of shock off. Saxon leader 2 He'll take that point of shock off, and I think because they're in the same formation, take a point of shock off there. Big MacDougall. Right. I think he's going to go over. He's out of range to them. They're joined up. I think he's got to go over here and collect this group, otherwise they're going to be lost. So he hops over there for one. I don't think you can tell him to do anything. So retrospectively, he'll pick up a card beforehand. Saxon missiles, well, there's only one of them, but he might as well give it a go. Miss. Okay, Lord Edwin has just taken off 2 points of shock. He's not going to attack at the moment. However, he's going to play fear against this raider group here, and it's 1 dice 3 points of shock. Cocky. Okay, just the one. So it's probably not worth charging in on the back of that. And Elf Stout. Well, what he's going to do is basically form his gang up there into a formation. So they're ready to attack. And that is the end of the round. Right, looking back on that, I realised I messed this up. This group had broken. So they should have gone another 10. And then Elf Lager should have detached when he got activated rather than taking those points of shock off, so he didn't do anything per se. Got too excited with giving the Hearthguard shock from the Warriors. Okay, situation now. Well, it's the Saxons are not down and out by any stretch of the imagination. There's a group of Scotty at the back here. We've got so much shock on, and there's no noble near them at the moment, so they're out of the game effectively. The Picts have pushed up quite nicely, but they've got a fair bit of shock on them. Lord Ronal's back in the game in the middle, trying to rally his troops here, and we've got Big MacDougall on the right with one group. But the Saxons still got two groups here. That's the mercenaries, and 3 groups in formation with Lord Ronal, and indeed Elfmead, and Elf Lager at the back is still knocking about. So yeah, still more to play for. Okay, and the first card up is Scotty Leader 2. Okay, so it's Neeps McFlurry. I think realistically, again, he's got to take this shock off. Get them down to lower level. Saxon Lord. Well, he's got 4 command initiatives. You can tell this lot to move up here. They'll lose 7 because of their shock, but he needs the Hearthguard. Well, that's a great throw because they have enough to move up. So they move up there, and he can take off 3 points of shock. 1, 2, 3. So they're back in the game. Right, Scotty skirmishers. These guys need to get out of the way because I want to bring Big MacDougall over in a memento. So I guess they can probably just drop back. Still within range. I'll have a little pop. No effect. Okay. And indeed, next card up is Big MacDougall. So he's going to come straight across here, which he does, and join them up into a formation. So now they're looking a bit better. Right, I did forget to move these skirmishers. They're going to move over to the Hearthguard's flank, which they do, and chuck 5 dice at them. That's 4 hits. And we're shocking on a 5-6. 2 shock. Oh. And there we go, that's excess again, so back they go. Break formation. This is what I've been trying to do with the skirmishers all the time. They've been a bit slow into this fight. They just keep nipping away at the Saxons in this case, and when the time is right, the raiders will strike. Now it's the Scotty cavalry. I think I'm going to get these to sweep around to the left. They go 10, 11, plus 6, 17, but they'll lose 3, so it's 14. So that's more than enough to get where they want to go, which is over here. And the Noble Raider Cavalry are effectively going to do the same, I think. Yeah, I think they're going to come around here. So they go 15. Right, Saxon Leader 1, Elf Lager. He's going to leg it to the Hearthguard, which he does. And I think what he'll do, well, he'll have to take a point of shock off. Yeah. Scotty missiles, that's 3 hits. And that's a kill, and they've actually shot the Saxon missiles to pieces. Good effort them. So now they've cleared them out of the way, they'll probably swing around to the left. Scotty Lord. Right, they're rallying the troops, so I guess, again, just check the cards. Yeah, I'll just take 3 points of shock off, I think. Nothing useful at the moment to use there. Right, Elf Mead is up. I know he's not with this group, perhaps he can move to that group and then take a point of shock off there. And Saxon Leader 3, I think he's going to wait for Lord Edwin to come in. If he goes in here, he's going to get out-muscled, so he just holds there. Now, it's an uncommanded group. What I haven't done previously is get them to move forward, because they've got -8 on the move, but I think it's worth a go. And there we are, they go 6 inches. End of turn. Scotty Lord. Right, well, what he's going to do, he's going to take a point of shock off. He's going to play a strong arm, and he's going to attack this group here. Right, that's easily enough to get in. So a strong arm is 1 dice 6 for each warrior or raider, and 5 and 6 shock on the enemy. So let's he has 17. I'm looking for 5s and 6s. 3, 4. Okay, could have been better, but that's 2 shock on each. And now numbers for the combat. That's 2 dice off the Saxons for a start. So it's 12 less 2 is 10, 11, 12 for Elf Stout. So 12 for the Saxons. And the Scotty will have 17, 18, 19, 21, 24. Right, Saxons first. Not bad. I have 3 on the Lord's group. Coming back. Oh, 6 on each. Right, left hand Scotty group is 1 point of shock. 2. Lord Ronal's group, 1 kill, 2 shock. Is the kill on Lord Ronal? It's not. The right hand group, 2 shock. Okay, so that's 1 kill. Rear group on the right as we look. Well, that's not bad. Not good for the Scotty, 1 kill and 2 shocks. They're on 4 shock. And on the other group is 2 kill and 2 shock. So they're on 4 shock. 1 kill. Is the other kill on Elf Stout? It is. So Elf Stout is wounded. There's no armour bright now. Bad things happen for a noble being wounded 2. And that's no effect. Okay, so I think we're on round 2. There's no excess shock happening here. So from the Saxon perspective, they have 3 plus 3 is 6, 7. And the Scotty will have 4, 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Saxon first. 3 hits. Okay, well that's 1 on each. No, 2 hits, sorry. 2. Oh dear. Scotty. Four on that group and 5 on that group. Okay, no effect. 1 shock. That's it. 1 shock. Ooh. All right. That's 2 kill, 2 shock. So they're up to 6 with 2 killed. So they're going to rout. And the other group with Elf Stout is another 2 killed. Oh dear. Right. Is one of those kills on Elf Stout himself? It's not. Lucky him. So 1, 2, net 4. Saxons and Warriors are actually getting hammered again. Net 4, yeah. Minimum 6. Withdraw minimum 6. Crikey. Right. Okay. If excess shock, yes, they have 1 excess shock. You add 2, which then breaks them. So they rout. They go 13. Bad things happen. 1. Saxons down to 9, force morale. What happens here? These guys also go 6. Pushing through that. Then they rout. You go 13. Bad things happen. 5. And the Saxons are now on 7 force morale. So they've routed. We just need to check who's going to charge after them. I guess they were really in front of these 2 guys. So let's roll for this. No, they don't. And these guys here, no, they don't. But they will advance 2 inches. Scotty pushing forward on the right. Right, now it's Elfmead. I mean, he previously went back with this group to take some shock off. He probably should have stayed over here. And I think he'll take another point of shock off. I don't know whether that's worth doing or not. And then hop back over here. I think, unfortunately, the Saxons have been a bit passive. Right, well, there we go. That's probably me just being rubbish. Right, Elf Stout's up. He is going to detach. And he goes 12. Right, Saxon Lord. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. He's got skirmishes to his right. He's got some nasty picks to the front, which actually, although they've got a bit of shock, they're got quite a number of warriors with them, or raiders with them. He's got 4 command initiatives still. Okay, right, let's get this lot to move up. And he has to, really. -5, so that's okay. 1, join up for 2, and then take 2 points of shock off for 3. bit loath to do that, because these you're just going to have a pop at them and probably send them off again. But yeah, okay. And that's exactly what happens now. The Scottish skirmishers come up. So it's 5 dice. So that's 3 hits. And it's 5-6 shock. Okay, they don't get anything this time. The skirmishers on this flank will push forward -1, so they'll go 7. Scotty missiles are going to, like I said, swing around here, so they get -1 on each dice, so they will go 6. Less 1, they'll go 5. Scotty Cav, right, skirmishers first. 4 dice, hitting on a 4, 5, 6. 2 hits. Shocking against elite on a 5, 6. No effect. Right, Nova Raider Cavalry. Well, I'll tell you what they might do. They might just, oh no, because they're part of a group, so I don't think they will. They'll go behind the skirmishers and loop around. So they are going to go 6, 8, 14, 10. Scotty Leader 1, Big Mac Dougal, take 2 points of shock off. Saxon Leader 1, Elf Lager, up he goes and takes a point of shock off. Rallying the troops, so okay. Saxons are digging in here. And Scotty Leader 2, he'll also take off a couple of points of shock. So everybody's just rallying their troops at the moment. Got a bit of a breather in the battle. Uncommanded group will move up if they can. Well, they've got a great move there. They go 15 less that 8 is 7. Yeah, but they need to be rallied. That is the end of the turn. Okay, Scotty Cavalry are first up. The skirmish cavalry will have a go at the half guard. They get 1 hit and 1 shock. Nova Raider Cavalry are going to come around here into the back. Actually, these are not commanded. They're not part of the group. They're going to go for these. Hit them in the flank. No, they can't do that because they're in front when they start. But they only go 12 anyway, which is not enough. Actually, it is enough. Okay. So that's to get 1. Nova Raider Cavalry is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for elite. Saxons first. At least they get 1 hit. And cavalry 5 hits. Okay, what damage do the Saxons do? Nothing. And that is 1 kill and 3 shock. So it goes up to 6. Surprise, surprise, they are broken. They go back 4. They rout. They go another 5. It's a bad things happen. That was a 2, and it's another point gone. Saxons are on 6. Scotty Leader 1, he will take off 2 points of shock. And Scotty Leader 2 will take off 2 points of shock. Right, Scotty Lord, you're going to tell this lot to move up. Again, they're -8. They managed to do that. So they move up there for 1, join up for 2. I guess with 3 you can take a point of shock off. Saxon leader 3, old Elf Stout. I think he'll get himself over here with this group. He's only got the 1 command initiative. Scotty skirmishes, 4, 5, 6 to hit. Nope, nothing this time. And the other group, they kind of got in the way of everybody now. Yeah, I think they're going to have to just go around to the left-hand side. Get less 1 because of the shock. Saxon leader 1, Elf Lager. He'll take off 2 points of shock. Scotty missiles will continue their trek around to the flank. They go 8, less 1 is 7. He's bided his time, Lord Edwin, but he's rallied the troops, and I think it's time to get in. And he's got some cards to play. He's playing bounding move, doesn't necessarily need to do that, but he's going to play it so he can get another boar-suited card. So he'll get +3, and he's doing a strong arm before he goes in. And he's going to go in to this group here. So it's -1. Yeah, they're in. So they're too far away for the picks to be engaged here, but both of the formations will have 4 groups in. First of all, strong arm. It'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 19. And 5s and 6s are shock. That could have been better. So it's 4, 1 point of shock on each. Right, now they have 7 with 8, so they go back 1. Now what does that mean? Does that mean they're still engaged? They're within 2 inches? I think it does. I think they're still all engaged. Because they would have gone back. Okay, so they can go back with them. And these guys will just have moved further when they charged in. I think that's the way I'll work that one. So no great shakes there. All right, so let's work out some dice. We've got 4, 5 because of elite. Another 4 here is, so it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18 with Lord Edwin because he's got his 4. So on 18 plus 4 is 22, 23. Plus 6, 29, 31. And 3 for the cards. Scotty will have 7 less 4 is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 22, 24. Okay, that's not a brilliant roll there. Yep. And coming back at the Saxons. We'll put the odd one on, I think I'll put it on that group. Okay, so left-hand group of Scotty, 1 shock only, but they are excess. Next group is 4 shock. 1, 2, 3. They're excess shock. Lord Ronal's group, 3 shock. And Big MacDougall's gang, 3 shock. No kills. That's interesting. Right. Elfmead's group. Look at this. Look at this. 2 kill, 1 shock. Is the kill on Elfmead? It is. Right, so it's 1 kill and 1 wound. Bad things happen. 1 point. Saxons down to 5. Okay, next group. 1 kill, 1 shock. Is it on Elf Stout? It's not. That's 2 so far. Lord Edwin's group. 3 kill. Is it Lord Edwin? It's not. 1. Oh, hold on. No, 1 kill, 2 shock. My mistake. They're elite. And finally, Elf Lager's group is 1 shock. Right, net 3. Oh, look at that, net 3. Right, so let's withdraw a minimum of 6. I'll just let the cavalry get out of the way there. So, if excess shock, add 2 points of shock, and none of them do. So the Scotty, well, they won't all move forward actually. So these guys, 7 with 9, so they go back 2. These guys are 5 with 7, they go back 2. These guys are 5 with 5, so they're okay, and 6 with 4, so they will advance 2. End of combat. And Saxon leader 2, Elfmead, he'll take 1 point of shock off. Right, so the Saxons have lost a lot of warriors and indeed Hearthguard here, but they're quite low on shock. They've got all the nobles and the lord here, whereas the Scotty, they are very heavy on shock, stand fast to Picts, and they don't have, or they haven't lost many warriors or raiders. So it's a bit of black and white here. I think it's the Saxons' last stand, and the critical issue for them is that they are on a force morale of 4, because we've already had about 3 groups run away. So I think the odds are on the Scotty for this one, but let's see what happens. Okay, first card up is the Scotty missiles. I think they've got to, again, get around the back here. So where they go, and that is a fantastic 15. So they are ready to engage. Scotty Lord, I think common sense dictates that he gets that shock down as quick as he can. They're now down to 2. Right, Scotty skirmishers are up. I think the sensible thing is just to follow the missiles around behind and start harassing from the rear. So this group here goes 15. That's a fantastic move. They don't lose anything for the rough ground. They probably just about get past the missiles there. So that's with Haggis McMuffin. He's actually behind the hill there, didn't want to be there, but they'll pop up next time. And then this group, again, they won't lose anything for the stream. They'll lose 1 for the shock though, so they have to go behind there. So they go 9, I'll come here. I'll snuggle around the back. Right, Saxon Lord. Well, he's got 4 command initiatives. Yeah. What's he going to do? What is he going to do? He'll take off 4 shock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just playing the waiting game for a minute. Don't think it's too desperate. Right, I was just contemplating doing a step forth with old Elf Lager here, but I don't have to because his cards just come up. And what they're going to do is play a Carpe Diem, and they're in to the Noble Raider Cavalry, and the Noble Raider Cavalry cannot evade, so he's broken the line here, and it's a relatively even fight, I guess. The Saxons don't have any other cards, but here we go. Okay, the Saxons will have 4, 5, 6, and the Raider Cavalry will have 4. Right, Saxons first. 3 hits, average. Scotty, 3 hits, above average. Alright, damage. They're elites. Oh, no effect. And 1 kill. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. What is it? Who is it? It's one of them. Okay, so another Hearthguard killed. Combat continues. It's 3, 4, 5 for the Saxons and 4 for the Scotty. Saxons first. 3 hits. Scotty. 3 hits. Noble Raider Cavalry doing a job here. Alright. Damage on the Noble Raider Cavalry is 2 shock. And on the Saxons, 2 shock. Right, combat ends for this round. I've probably messed up Lord Edwin there. I thought it was going to be a quick, easy kill there and rout, but not to be. And would you believe it, Scotty Cavalry are up next. Right. I guess I'll do this combat first off before the skirmish cavalry move. So, the Saxons will be 3 less 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4. And the Scotty Noble Raider Cavalry will be 3. One hit. 2 hits. 1 shock. 2 shock. So that means they've got excess shock. They go back 1. Cavalry advance. I actually should have given the Noble Raider Cavalry an extra dice there because of the shock. An extra 2 dice, which I should do now. Well, there we go. No hit. So that's a fair one. So now it's 3 less 2 is 1, 2, 3 for the Saxons. And for the Scotty, it's 4 less 1 is 3, but plus 4 is 7. So they're getting better as this goes on. Alright, Saxons first. 1 hit. Scotty, 4 hits. Damage on the Noble Raider Cavalry is another shock. They probably had their lot now, and damage on the Saxons is just 1 shock. And again, they got away with that. They're back 2. I guess they advance 2. And they remain in combat. Alright, skirmish cavalry. They will do like all the other skirmishers and start to come around the back. They go 13 plus 6 is 19. They've also come around the back of this little knoll, ready to sweep in and harass the rear. So the Saxons now are in danger of being surrounded. Alright, Scotty leader 1, he'll take off 2 points of shock. Saxon leader 2, Elfmead, he's got 1 command initiative. Can't really do a lot there. I don't think he's not going to get this lot to move. I think he'll draw a card. Right, Scotty leader 2. With the Picts, Yeah, I think again he'll just take off those 2 points of shock, ready for the final charge in. And Saxon leader 3, Elf Stout, again take off a point of shock, and he'll pick up a card first. They've just picked up a couple of Desperados over the last few rounds, and that is the end of the turn. Right, again the Scotty Cavalry are up first, so let's see what happens here. Is this going to be a disaster for Elf Lager? He's on 3, less 2 is 1, 2, 3. And the Scotty Cavalry on 4, take off 2 is 2, plus 5, 7. Saxons, 1 hit. A crunching 4 hits. Right, damage on the Ready Cavalry is nothing. And damage on the Saxon Hearthguard is 1 kill, 1 shock. And that's a disaster for them. Elf Lager, is it him? It's not. That's another kill. They're routed. First of all, they will go back 4. Yeah, okay, I'm thinking they'll be okay to not go into Lord Edwin there. Being generous. Off they go. Another 13. They're nearly off the table with Elf Lager. It's a bad things happen for Noble. Warriors, 5. 3 points. Ooh, Saxons are down to 2. Nearly forgot the Raider Cavalry. Wrong, the Skirmish Cavalry. They'll come around behind here. 2 dice. They'll just pop up the back. And this is where the Skirmishers are really going to get in and do their job. 4 dice on the middle group here, which are Warriors. 2 hits. And 1 shock. All of a sudden the Warriors are getting very, very nervous. They got enemy up the rear. Misses. Alright, Saxon leader 3. Elf Stout, he'll take off that point of shock. He'll draw a card as well. No good, it's goad. They're all cycling through the pack. I've already been through the pack once, long game. Scotty leader 1, he'll take off those 2 points of shock. Scotty are getting ready for the final assault. Saxons can't really do a lot at the moment, they're just standing there and taking it. Saxon leader 2, Elfmead. Does he do a desperate charge over here? I don't think he does. Can't. Does he detach and get rid of the skirmishers? I don't think he can, and leave them very exposed, so they just stay there. Well, I'll draw a card. It's Desperari. It is desperate times for the Saxons. Right, Scotty missiles will just pop up onto the high ground here. Oh, they don't actually, because of that shock, so they're unsighted. Scotty Lord is up. Well, I don't think he can do anything else other than take off those 2 points of shock. He's going to play Carpe Diem, which allows aggressive charge and bounding move. The reason I'm playing bounding move is because they're going to lose dice for coming through the woods there and crossing the stream, even though it's a ford. So it'll be -1 on the move, but they get 4 dice, and they'll get an extra dice for that. Nothing for those 2 because they're bore suited. So here we go, -1 on each dice. That's more than enough to get in. And that's a bit of a gamble because all of the Saxon groups are going to be involved. However, I think it's worth it. Right, looking at the dice then, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 1, 2, 3, 4 for the elites is 15, 20, 22 for the Saxons. And the Scotty get 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. Alright, Saxons first. Not bad. Of course, the Scotty are disadvantaged because it's going on 2 groups. I'll take the odd 1 there, so 6 there, 5 there. Scotty actually get 21 because of that suited card, and they're hitting on 3s for the first round. Well, there's quite a few 3s there, so it's a good job they did that. Otherwise that would not have been particularly brilliant. Right, so here we go. And they get 5 on each. Okay, so this group with Big Mac Dougal, 2 kills, 2 shock. Is one of the kills on Big Mac? It's not. That's 2. Oh, another heavy hit. That's 3 shock and 2 kills. Is one of the kills on Lord Ronal? It's not. So that's 4 kills. Okay, on the warrior group here, 2 kill, 2 shock. Is it on Elfmead? It is. Elfmead's killed. Bad things happen. 5. That's 2 points. And that's enough. The Saxons have had it. I just want to see what the damage is on these guys here, because this is all simultaneous. There's another 2 kill there and 2 shock. So that would be another one there. Is that the noble wounded? It is the noble wounded as well. So he was killed. Ooh. And finally on Lord Edwin's group, would have just been 1 point of shock. Wow. So that is it. The Saxons are streaming away now. And actually, well, it turned out to be a bit of a one-sided fight. I thought the Saxons were going to hold it to start with when they got on the river. They took an advantage going over there and scoring some big hits on the Scotty, but they were too resilient. And ultimately, the Saxons have just run away. They've collapsed. Scotty morale is still on 12. They took a lot of shock, but they didn't lose any groups through losing their amphora. And that's a convincing victory for the Scotty.
Well, okay, they did lose 1, but even so, that was one-way traffic to a certain extent. And that's borne out by the casualties, which in hindsight is quite extraordinary actually. The Scotty, whilst hoovering up a lot of shock, only had 7 raiders killed during that battle, which are light losses. The Saxons, on the other hand, lost 2 nobles, Elfstout and Elfmead, 4 archers, 7 Hearthguard, and 23 warriors for a total of 36, which unsurprisingly are heavy losses. So looking on the old scoreboard, the Scotty had a successful battle, +2. They had 2 enemy noble killed, +2. Own troops killed, -1. Enemy troops killed, +6. There were no pursuit cars, which gives an incredible +9, net +9. So the battle results table is slightly different from the raid. Essentially, the Scotty gain a tribune's tribute and sufficient followers to replace the men dead from this battle and recruit 1 additional group, checking on the reinforcement table. And the Saxons take 1 dice 6 plus 6 months to regain sufficient followers to replace the dead men in this battle. And I've rolled that and they've come up with 10 months to recover from the losses. So I think where that leaves the Scotty is that they get 6 noble raiders for reinforcements to the general warband. They will have uncontested raiding from August AD 621 to May AD 622, and they will lay siege to Din Idin for 1 year. So at the start of the campaign I did abstract out the provinces to a certain degree, so I'm just gone back to the main rulebook and used the Old North with the city of Din Idin as the capital of Edwin's fiefdom. So the Saxons unable to field a warband until May AD 622, but then they will put their warband back into the field to contest the Scotty raiding and siege of Din Idin, and we can look forward to another battle then.